Welcome back to Casual Bias Rugby. Jake, it's nearly that time again. Well, actually, on Thursday, the squad's getting announced for the British and Irish Lions tour, and we are going to talk about it, right? So, first and foremost, how are you doing? How's the fitness going? And then thirdly, how excited are you for this tour? Because you'll be there.
Yes, I mean, let's start with that one. I'm very excited for the tour and going out there, hopefully doing lots of filming and stuff. Not with players, I'm not big time, but I'm just, out there. It's experience Australia. We're excited to be a fan out there on the Lions tour. So yeah, that's all going to be good. Subscribe if you want to see that on this channel. But yeah, how am I doing? I'm doing good, thanks. Had a decent day. The fitness, well, it's going okay. I'm trying to hit the calorie deficit today, and I've not gone on the run because I'll go tomorrow. But yeah, it's going okay.
Fair enough. People, this will be a bit off the cuff, you could say, this episode. We just decided to hop on and have a discussion. We just actually threw something out on the Discord asking people for a couple of topics that they want to hear us talk about. So if I look at my phone and stuff, it's probably with the messages coming through there. If you haven't joined the Discord, click the link in the bio. It'll take you straight through to the Discord. Just join it. It's totally free. The same as if you subscribe to this channel. It's totally free. We won't charge you any money regarding this type of things. And also go show Jake some love on his TikTok and his YouTube. But anyway, Jake, let's talk about it. So first topic that comes to mind. Well, obviously we've heard some news. So this is the first topic that comes to my mind. Caelan Doris, who was potentially the British and Irish Lions captain, but also kind of the fixed number 8 in that jersey.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on him potentially being out? That's a massive loss. It's
absolutely massive because he is one of the only people I think is a guaranteed starter. Everyone knows it if he goes on, if he's playing and if he's fit. I mean, he is usually Ireland's best player. Had a bit of a down Six Nations, but he's the captain under Andy Farrell for Ireland. He's Leinster captain. He's just one of the best players in the world. He's the only non-South African to get nominated for World Player of the Year last year. He was in great form, and it'd be a huge shame if he doesn't go on the tour. I mean, for any British Irish fan, not just Irish fan of it, he's such a brilliantly consistent player, and hopefully he still goes. But shoulder surgery is not looking good.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? When you have one of the best players in the world out of your team, it will affect the team. Like with the likes of Andy Farrell that knows and loves Caelan Doris, you would have thought like he would have been a key part in the way that they wanted to play. He would have played a key role, whether it's just a player, leadership, whatever it is. But obviously it opens up a gap for someone else if he was to be injured. You've got your 37-man squad there, because we're not sure how many players are going to be picked, but you added as 37 in the past 2 tours that you had, right?
2 of the last 3 are 37, yeah.
Okay. So we'll run through that and then have some talking points on it. Let me just ask you first and foremost, how many fly-offs do you have?
I've got 3 fly-offs. I can go through having got in each position if you want me to quickly.
Okay.
So basically, I've gone for sometimes when they do an initial squad and then they end up bringing a couple more, which is so it might get bigger. The actual squad, they might announce 37 and then take 40 or something. But I've gone with 3 loose head props, 3 tight head props, 3 hookers, and 6 locks, which I thought was quite a lot, but they've always taken 6 in the last few tours. So 6 locks, 6 back.
Is it really that much?
Yeah, I was just shocked at it. Unless you want maybe,
I wouldn't think it's too much, right? Like some of those guys like utility players.
Yeah, if you can take like a lock / back rower, then I think they'll do that. But
because you can easily, because that gives you the opportunity to go with like the 6-2 split if they really wanted to.
Yeah. So I got 3 scrum halves, 3 fly halves, 4.
How many back rows did you have? Sorry,
6. Which is light. 4 centres, 4 wingers, 2 fullbacks. So that's what I've split into.
What, two inside centres and 2 outside?
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Very forward heavy.
Well, we'll do our 15 as well, right? As we said, we're just going to chat about it because obviously we'll have a bit more of an in-depth chat when the squad actually gets announced. How many Welsh players do you have?
I've not counted. 3.
You've actually got 3.
Yeah, I've got 3. Yeah, 3.
Okay, Jack Morgan's probably one of them.
He is.
Is it Tom Williams? Is it Tom
Yeah.
Williams?
Yeah,
Thomas Williams.
Yeah.
That's pretty fair enough. And then you've obviously got Gibson Park there as well, and Alex Mitchell. That'll be your scrum halves. You've got 3 of those, right?
Well, we'll get to that. But yeah.
Where would your other? Who's your other Welsh guy? Prop?
I've gone for Daffy Jenkins at the lock.
Okay, yeah.
So I think he's a good option.
Nah, very good option. Okay, let's start with your props. Who have you got as the props?
Do you want starting props or my whole squad?
No, we'll run through our starters together. I just want to hear your squad.
Right. Okay. So for loose head prop, the 3 props. Actually, for loose head and tight head, I've gone for 3 different nationalities: a Scottish, an Irish, and an English for both sides. So I've gone for the English pairing: Ellis Genge and Will Stewart. The Irish pairing of Andrew Porter and Tyke Furlong, and then the Scottish pairing of Schoeman and Xander Fagerson.
Yeah, that's probably fair enough. Furlong will obviously be there, but it'll be interesting to see how much game time he's got because I think we can all agree that it hasn't been the same over the last 2 seasons.
I'll say it right now. Out of Will Stewart, Fagerson, and Furlong, who are my tight head props, he'd be third choice Furlong right now because he's not in great form and he's also not played a lot recently.
No, I fully agree. I actually agree with all 6 of those. There's no real outside shouts that I would have gone with there. I think that's pretty straightforward. I think your hookers are pretty straightforward as well. If you look at Dan Sheehan, Jamie George. Oh, I've got to think. Have you gone with the sneaky little Ronan Keller?
I haven't.
Ooh. Have you gone? Is it an Englishman? Is it Kawandiki?
Yeah, I've gone for Kawandiki.
It's not a bad shot, to be honest. I would have gone with Ronan Keller, but
I think they're third and fourth choice. I hear people saying the likes of Dowie Lake. For me, I just think no, not for me yet.
Hasn't done it for long enough.
Yeah, well, I know what you mean. He's not played much recently, Dowie Lake.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, between Kelleher and Cowan-Dickey, I think this is something bad about Leinster sometimes, that you don't always get the exposure because you're behind someone else so incredible, whereas Cowan-Dickey starts for his club team, and he is so good for Sale and England. He started...
that's the big question, right? Like, let's put ourselves in Andy Farrell's boots. Do you reckon he's going to go with combination work, or do you just pick the best for that position? Because combination is like a massive thing when it comes to rugby.
I don't know. Well, I was actually listening to the Doncaster Knights Championship English Rugby, their podcast, the Doncast. Check it out. But they actually got Ian McGeechan on because he's the head of director at Doncaster, but he's also been involved with 15 British and Irish Lions tours. And he says personally, you should actually mix up combinations as early as you can and just see if something sparks and there's chemistry. So maybe you completely mix it up and have one from each nation in the front row and see what happens.
No, that makes sense. I'm just thinking, like, if you have years and years of experience in certain combinations, like, it's kind of tough to break that combination.
But at the same time, like, as people say, the best centre partnership they've ever seen out of Northern Hemisphere sometimes is Jamie Roberts and Brian O'Driscoll, who obviously don't play different nationalities.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, but that's like best in the world, or one of the best in the world.
Yeah, but that's what Lions is, or in the Northern Hemisphere at least, the best of the Northern Hemisphere stuff. Okay,
so let's go to the locks. Mario Toja has to be there.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Ty Byrne as well.
Yeah, they start for me personally.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
get to
I think that's pretty straightforward, in my opinion.
yeah.
I reckon you've gone with Joe McCarthy.
Yeah. I've got Dafford Jenkins, as we mentioned.
Oh yeah, Dafford Jenkins. Have you gone for George Martin?
He's injured, so I don't
Oh,
think
okay. My bad. Okay, so that's 4. I'm trying to think now. From Scotland. Scotland. Who have you got there? Who's your other 2?
I've got Ollie Chesham,
Okay.
and I actually haven't written.
Well, he gives you the option to play as a Lucy as well, right? Like he's played there a couple of times.
Bear with me because I haven't.
There's
written
more
it
than
on-
enough Lucy's. I'm just saying, like, if you wanted to
No, I know,
go,
but I haven't written my 6th lock on the piece of paper yet. But I'm feeling a cheeky Courtney Law shout here, who can play that Lucy role as well.
it's tough, right? Because he's played second division in France.
I know.
So what kind of do you base it on?
I was literally going to say I'm going to do a video on it myself and say Courtney Laws, if he wanted to play in the Lions, he shouldn't have signed for a second division French team. If he doesn't get picked, it's his own fault. But there's quite a lot of lock positions, and you could have like
the experience that he brings.
I know.
If there's still a bit of last season's Courtney Laws there, he has to be there.
And you could choose one of the Scottish locks, but they don't really impress me that much.
No, I like the shout of Courtney Laws. Let's keep Courtney Laws there.
Okay, there you go. It's all casual hate comments now, not me. He's outside.
I'm on the other side. Yeah. No, but I don't think anyone can have an issue with Courtney Laws. Like you've got your quality locks there. Like the positions are pretty much already filled at 4 and 5. And I think to have a Courtney Laws as someone even behind, for instance, like a Ollie Chesham or Joe McCarthy, whatever, because he gives you that option of he can also play as a Lucy, right? If you want to go with that 5-3 split or something, you feel you maybe want to have an extra back on the bench, Courtney Laws is the perfect guy because he just slots in anyway.
Yeah. I didn't know how long James Ryan was out injured for, so I haven't included him. And,
I know, but he hasn't played for a little while, and he's not played the world on fire, really. No. I think what makes Courtney Laws great is like it's a wild shout. It's pretty out there, right? Because you haven't really seen it. That can work in your favor, and you don't need to play him, but it's a great thing to have there. Experience, leadership.
I think it's one of these cases where you know it doesn't really matter he's playing in the French second division. You just know the quality of the guy. It's like Whitelock or Italic, or the best wherever they are.
He doesn't really need to prove himself again.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, Lucy's. Now this is a tough one.
Yeah,
because it feels like you can choose about 10.
Well,
okay. Well, have you taken off Caelan Doris?
I haven't, but do you want me to? Then I'm not sure who to bring in.
I reckon he still gets picked, and then closer to the time they'll confirm.
Yeah,
and then they'll bring in a replacement. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I think they might still pick him, but Maro Itoje he's got to be favourite for the Lions captain now. Because
we would have had a discussion around it, but yeah, let's just skip a few. I've also got Maro Itoje.
Well, it's just transferred so perfectly into it.
Yeah, no, I fully agree.
It's only really between him and Doris. You would have thought.
Yeah.
Some people want Jack Morgan, but
yeah, and Itoje has done great as captain for England. Like since he's been captain, you've been playing a lot better and those type of things. It feels a bit more like a leader than let's say the rest.
You have to have a guaranteed starter, really. I don't think Morgan's a guaranteed starter.
Yeah, it'll either now be between him or maybe like Ty Burn.
Yeah. It's also because Itoje doesn't really come off, and I think he played every single minute in the England Six Nations, which is crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so
back row.
So you've got Caelan Doris there as one of your 6. You've got Jack Morgan there, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Josh van der Fleer has to be there.
He is.
Jack Willis.
I have, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Have you gone with a sneaky little Rory Dodge?
I haven't got Rory Dodge, and I feel like I can get a lot of flack. I'm going to get lots of flack of Scottish.
Jamie Ritchie?
No.
Okay, well,
I just say I made a list of about
Tom Curry's going to be there.
Yeah, I got Tom Curry. That's 5.
Sam Underhill.
No, I really wanted
Oh,
to. I wanted to. Like I just say, I made a list of about 24 back rowers, and all of them really deserve to be or good enough to go. But I had to narrow it down to 6.
who's your final one then?
Go on, guess.
What country is he from?
England.
Ben Earl.
No. I wanted to.
Word, no Ben Earl. Ben Curry.
No. Has he not said it?
Oh my goodness.
The man of
Cunning
the hour.
himself.
No.
Henry Pollock. Oh my word, I forgot about him. Yeah. I can't really disagree on any of those shouts. Maybe Ben Earl would fit. I think if Caelan Doris goes out, Ben Earl comes in.
Oh yeah, I think you need a sort of an 8 replacement. I'd be happy with Earl or Tom Willis, obviously as a Saracens fan. But I think some of the Scottish 8s are quite good as well. Like Ferguson and Dempsey, both good. So I wouldn't be annoyed if either don't.
On current form, Jamie Ricci will feel hard done by.
Yeah, somewhat. He's playing well, but I had to put Pollock in. I have to. It's just for the entertainment.
No, I can't believe I missed that. Why? It just left my mind completely. Yeah, I'd pick him as well. I can't disagree with too much there. I think I actually agree with all of your picks when it's come down to your forwards. Can't think of someone that's really like deserves that's not being mentioned.
Yeah.
It all boils down to who's going to be in the 23. Like I think we'll disagree a fair bit on the 23 though.
We'll get to it.
Okay. The 9s, in my opinion, it's pretty straightforward. Alex Mitchell, Jamison Gibson Park, and you said Tom Williams.
Yeah.
10s, you've got 3. I'll tell you what my 3 would be as well afterwards.
Yeah.
But let me guess who you've gone for. Finn Russell.
Yeah.
Finn Smith.
Yeah.
Crowley.
I haven't gone Crowley.
Marcus Smith?
No, I haven't gone Marcus Smith.
Oh my word. Have you gone Prendo?
No. So
it's a bit of an out there one then.
I wouldn't say so.
Am I hitting a blank?
Yeah. It's an English one.
George Ford.
Yeah. He's playing the house down right now. He's just an incredible player.
But he hasn't really even played for England.
No, but he's still been in England camp, alongside the Smiths. Like, he's still been playing and training at that level. He played against Wales, got no credit, even though he did some unbelievable passing. And then just for Sale, he's pulling teams apart. I'm sorry, he's never been on a Lions tour. I just think he has to go on one. I'd love him to go on one. I would not be happy. I would not be annoyed if Jack Crowley went instead. It was between him and Crowley. Farrell, he's out. He's injured. He didn't deserve it this year. And then Prendergast, not for me. But yeah, gone forward.
I'm actually fine with the first 2. Finn Russell, I feel like he has to go, right? Mm-hmm. But instead of George Ford, I would have gone for Marcus Smith. And I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
It's because of how different he is than the rest. If you have him on the bench, right, he can slot in at 15 because he's been playing there recently, and he can slot into that 10 jersey. We're not going to forget how good he was in that 10 jersey when he actually played for England, right? Like, he was the standout guy. If you have the likes of a Finn Smith maybe starting, who's kind of a bit more structured or whatever, and you need like a spark of magic, and you bring on a Marcus Smith, are you going to moan about that? Whether it's on at 50. It's even if you want to go wayward and you're going to say, listen, we're going to try and dominate Australia up front. You go 6-2 split. You have, for instance, Alex Mitchell or Gibson Park as your one back on the bench, and then you have Marcus Smith. It's not a bad shout. I think Marcus Smith has that added magic that you can bring on. I wouldn't start Marcus necessarily because he hasn't played there. But for just a little extra touch, I think he's a good shout.
No, of course, he's a great shout. I mean, he had a really good year last year. He's exciting. As you said, he's very different to the other guys, the two Finns. And then he can play 15 if he wanted to, which the others can't really do. And let's be honest, he's probably one of the biggest names and sort of commercial aspects and draws of fans.
That's probably one of the main reasons why he'll be in there.
I mean, I think if you saw him playing on the team sheet, that's the biggest name to Aussie fans who aren't big rugby watchers. That see Marcus Smith playing, and that would attract them to watch on TV. So I wouldn't have a problem with Marcus going.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
fair enough. You've got 4 centers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if you've got anyone that's potentially on the injury list still.
I don't think so. Well, yeah, I do, but they shouldn't be.
Ringrose is going to be there.
Yeah.
Have you got Bundy?
I have.
I'm wondering, do you have Tuipolatu on there?
I do, because I heard he's coming back right now.
Okay. So Bundy and Tuipolatu is your inside centers.
Yeah.
Oh, it would have been sexy to have Ollie Lawrence as an outside option, eh?
No. A lot of people
throwing out Jones, Robbie Henshaw,
Manu Tuilangi's potential, or Farrell as inside centre.
Oh, bro, seriously, no. You've got enough quality to not go and look elsewhere. Are we? Hugh Jones? I don't think you're a big fan of Hugh Jones. I can't see you picking him. Have you gone Hugh Jones or Robbie Henshaw?
I've gone Hugh Jones. I've gone Hugh Jones.
Yeah. Deserves it.
I like Hugh Jones. I think also what Hugh Jones was, I was really impressed by his defence. Actually, the Six Nations. That's what we know he's great in attack, but thought he's quite good in defence. So yeah, I'll pick Hugh Jones.
Yeah, fair enough. That's combination work. Whoever's going to be the outside centre between Hugh Jones and Ringrose, I reckon you take the inside centre pairing.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Well, to be fair, Tuipolatu, you can't really go wrong with Tuipolatu and Ringrose. But I reckon if Jones plays, you have to take Tuipolatu just because of that chemistry.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think you get like a month to try it out, and they're testing in the warm-up games in training. So let's see what the sort of relationships are built. But yeah, off the back of it, you do those two relationships with each other.
How many?
So 4 wingers, 2 fullbacks.
Okay. Well, I'm wondering where you've got Blake. Is Kinghorn one of your fullbacks?
I've got him down as a fullback, yeah.
Okay. So you've probably got Kinghorn and Hugo Keenan.
Yeah.
Freeman.
I haven't really actually written down 4 wingers because it's really hard.
Okay. Freeman and James Lowe. Those are
the only 2 I've written down.
Standout ones. I think Darcy Graham could bring you some X factor.
Good.
In the back line. So I'll put him down as
I think we're looking at Scotland here really for the 3rd and the 4th. I mean, maybe Mac Hansen as well. Maybe.
No, I wouldn't go Mac Hansen at the moment.
Yeah.
To one van der Merwe, like most likely. Like it will feel harsh to not put him in there. Carl Stein is obviously another option as well.
Exactly. Those are the 3 I'm looking between. You should got to choose 2 of those 3.
Would have been lovely to have a Fawa Bosa, eh?
I know. That's really annoying.
Yeah, I'd go to one van der Merwe.
And Graham.
Yeah, as the 2 additional ones. If you've only got 2 down.
I can accept that.
Which brings us to our 15. If we had to pick one now.
Mm-hmm.
So we both got Itoja as the captain of the team.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I look at it a bit different than you. Like, I want good scrummagers.
Okay.
That's for the props. I don't care about the offloads or whatever. They need to do the dirty work and they need to be able to scrum.
Well, this is the thing that Australia do have a really strong scrum, so I agree.
Yeah. So I'd go Piers Kuman, I think is a good scrummager, with Dan Sheehan and Will Stewart.
Okay.
I think that's your three best scrummagers.
I also have the two Irish props in third place in both position. But I went with Will Stewart and call me biased, which I could accept, but I went with Genge as the other starting prop. Only because he's proved it in the last year. His scrummaging has
just think about the scary factor of the Genge off the bench, because he brings you a bit more on the field.
I would be happy with Schumann starting as a prop for the Lions. Doesn't bother me.
Yeah. And like Porter is great. I just feel like if you're not there scrummage wise, what's the point?
I have Sheehan starting, and then I would bring Jamie George off the bench with his experience, leadership, and probably the best line-out thrower in the world. But Sheehan gives you so much around the park. If Sheehan got injured, I'd actually probably start Lucan Dickey straight away because of what he does around the park.
Potentially. Yeah. What's it? Schumann, Dan Sheehan and Stewart. Ellis Genge I'll have off the bench. Caelan Dickey as well. Jamie George. And then
Ferguson or Furlong.
Yeah, probably Ferguson.
Yeah, I agree.
Furlong's just not been at the races. It feels tough to have him there. Mario Torje and Ty Burn. That feels pretty straightforward.
People write in the comments what would be your third choice tight head, like a tight head prop you could replace Furlong with, because I would be open for replacing Furlong if it, maybe. I couldn't think of who else was really straight up there next in line.
It's tough to leave out Furlong if you think about how long he's been doing it and stuff.
Yeah,
it would have been great if you could pick, like, for instance, 5 or whatever, and then you had one that can play both.
Yeah,
like South Africa has a lot of those, which is obviously very beneficial to us. Like if you look at the likes of a Thomas Tutoy or Vincent Koch or whatever, just scrumming on both sides.
We don't have loads of them. I think England are trying to do that a bit with that Asher Poku for Jour, but very young, not ready yet.
We agree on the locks, most likely, right?
Well, I've written down Itoje and Ty Burn, which I'm assuming is your pairing as well. The only problem is they're quite similar players, and the thing about Chesham and McCarthy, they're also quite similar, but they'll just throw their body into anything and make a ton of tackles, or Daffy Jenkins, whereas Burn and Itoje a bit more technical, making sort of what they call jackals. So,
well, depends how you want to see it, but I reckon that it just feels like your most solid pairing that you can pick.
Yeah, the best two are Itoje and Burn, so I've gone for them.
Yeah. Oh, now this is the tight one. So let's do it without Doris, because Doris obviously gets that 8 jersey. But if he's injured, we'll do it without him.
Can I just say,
on form, Tom Curry has to be the 6.
I would say when we went through my 37 squad, I actually didn't choose a 6 back rower because I read out Doris as one of my 6. So I need to bring someone else in. I'm not sure
if Doris is out.
Yeah.
But then you said Ben Earl.
Yeah, okay. But you know what? Tom Willis has been well outplaying Ben Earl at Saracens. And as I said, the Scottish 8s are also pretty decent. So I don't know.
Tom Curry has to be there. Josh van der Fleer takes that 7 jersey.
Okay.
Jack Willis at 8.
Can Jack Willis play 8?
I don't know. Can Tom Curry?
I've not seen either of them play 8 before. You know who does play 8 sometimes, though? Quite often, actually.
Oh, who's the 8 of Wales again?
Faletau. Or Wainwright.
There's a shout for you as well. Faletau.
I know he's been playing well. Cardiff fans have been saying he's playing well, but I swear.
If Doris is out, I'm not bringing in Ben Earl. I'm bringing in Faletau.
Oh, that's a big call. I don't think I agree with that one. I can't agree with that. Prime Faletau, one of the best players, but one of the best number 8s ever. Doesn't get the credit he deserves, but I just want someone new. I don't know.
Okay.
Pollock can play 8.
Where does Jack Willis usually play?
6 or 7. I would go Tom Curry and Jack Willis as the flankers, and then
No Josh van der Fleer.
he can sit on the bench.
Oh, this is so biased.
It's not. It's not. He gets outplayed by them whenever he plays them. He just got outplayed by Pollock. He had a great game still, but Pollock was pretty good.
So who's your number 8 then?
I wouldn't be.
Were you going Ben Earl?
No, I put Pollock at 8.
Oh no, that's crazy.
He plays 8 for Northampton. Augustus is usually on the bench.
No, I know. I'd have him off the bench, wild animal off the bench, like a Quacker Smith.
Then I'd get in Earl or maybe Ferguson, Matt Ferguson at Scotland, I think.
Oh, good shout. That's a good shout. I'm sure, like a Curry or something can play 8 as well.
Oh, I still think you also underestimating Tom Willis. It's so hard. This back row is just a nightmare. There's so many good players.
No, Tom Willis, I'm not underestimating him. He's been great. But that's the thing. Like we've fixed up and said, listen, it's Doris. Now that there's no Doris, I wouldn't mind a Faletau there. Let's go. I'm bringing in Faletau, and he's starting in that 8 jersey for me. Tom Curry, Josh van der Fleer. Or if you want to sneak in someone else that can play 8 as well, Jack Caelan.
Yeah. You mentioned Jack Caelan. Someone like
because he's been playing brilliant rugby.
I tell you what, someone like Chandler Cunningham South can play lock or number 8 or flanker, so he's a shout just purely from his versatility. It's crazy.
That's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough.
And you haven't even talked about someone like Tommy Raphael, also very good.
Because I'm just thinking, like, if you had a back row, I know none of them are specialist 8s, but of Jack Willis, Tom Curry, and Josh van der Fleer, what more can you want?
Exactly. I hope Doris gets fit and plays, though, because he's just an unbelievable player.
Gibson Park at 9.
Yeah. But, I mean, Alex Mitchell.
No, he's played great. But I just think Gibson Park's just a touch above.
I'll go on Gibson Park.
Finn Smith at 10 for me. I know a lot of people would say Finn Russell, but it's Finn Smith for me.
I love Finn Smith, but I'm going Finn Russell for now.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not surprised. My centre combination would be fully fit, Tui Pilatu and Ringrose.
I've gone Bundy and Hugh Jones.
Oh my word!
Yeah,
that's tough. Whichever way you go, it's going to be good.
Yeah. I just think Bundy has a better all-round 12 game.
Okay.
You know, in the big games, he's just a big game player for me.
James Lowe on the left, and I'll go Freeman on the right.
Yeah, I got that.
And then Blair Kinghorn as fullback.
Yeah, I'm saying. There you go.
We're going to do a bench?
We can do a bench.
Okay. So we've got Jamie George. I've got Ellis Genge. And then... Ferguson, yeah?
Yeah.
I'd go with 6-2 split.
Yeah, I'm happy with 6-2 split.
Then I'd have Ollie Chesham.
Yeah.
On the bench. With Courtney Laws.
Okay.
And Henry Pollock.
So in your squad, what would you say your back row is? You're going what?
My back row.
Harry Van der Fleer, Faletau, was it?
Yeah.
Were you playing? So you're not having Jack Willis in the 23?
No. Well, either Faletau or Jack Caelan.
Jack Caelan.
Either one of those two.
But either way, Jack Willis isn't in this British Irish Lions 23.
That feels harsh because I've got two versatile locks in there that can cover the loosies as well, and then I've got a wild dog in Henry Pollock.
Yeah. I'd probably drop Laws and play Willis because he deserves it. And if Laws proves himself in training or in other games that he's just a class above, then I'd put Laws in. But for now, I'd go Willis. I'd start Willis, actually. But...
Okay, fair enough. Oh, we didn't even bring up Jack Morgan.
Oh, yeah, he's just there as a squad player for me. He's just there as Welsh representation.
Yeah.
He's not starting.
It'll be either Ollie Chesham or Courtney Laws, or both, or one of those two, and then just a pure Lucy. Let's go with either Jack Willis or Jack Morgan.
Yeah, I think you could argue a lot of Irish.
But Henry Pollock is pretty fixed in my 23, just because of the versatility. Like, he just plays the game different.
I know. I was saying, I just want to score a last-minute winner in front of 90,000 people in Sydney and just shush the Aussie crowd. I'd love that.
No, the Aussies are winning.
I think a lot of Irish fans argue...
Alex Mitchell is on the bench for me then. As a scrum-off replacement.
A lot of Irish fans would want Joe McCarthy over Ollie Chesham. I think that's a good argument, by the way.
Yeah.
I prefer Chesham, but they'll go McCarthy.
I actually prefer McCarthy, but I like the versatility that Chesham gives you.
Yeah.
And then I'd have Alex Mitchell on the bench as my backline player, and my other backline player. Wow, I've got a lot of English. Marcus Smith, as I said, slots in any one of those two roles.
I'd have to have Finn Smith on the bench because he's playing.
Yeah, but I have Finn Smith starting.
He's starting him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I can see that logic, but
yeah, just makes more sense for me as a 23-man squad.
I can see that because he can play 15 as well. But
yeah, it's perfect for the 6-2 split. That's exactly what we do.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then if you have like a winger injury, Henry Pollock's quick enough to be slotted on the wing and be a dog if the ball's close by.
If you've got a winger injury, you can move Kinghorn onto a wing and put Marcus at 15.
Yeah.
No, yeah, there you go. That's
But you don't even have Marcus in your squad, so you don't even have the option to do that.
I've got George Ford at fullback.
Bro, George Ford's not in your 23 at the moment. You've got Finn Smith there.
Yeah, no, I think Smith can do a job at fullback.
I think mine's more balanced than yours. The 23.
Maybe I'll go 5-3 split then and have Courtney Laws and get rid of Chesnam and someone else.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Well,
if you had to go 5-3 split, what would be your backline on the bench?
Mitchell, Finn Smith, because I'm starting Russell. And then, I don't know. Maybe Keenan, because again, you can still move Kinghorn to wing.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
You can move Freeman, unless he gets injured. You can move Freeman to centres if only his centres go down. So, yeah, I'll probably go that.
Okay, fair enough.
There you go.
That wraps it up for just our predictions. Little ramble video. I don't know. I enjoyed it.
The 24-hour casual bias, 23.
Casual bias rumbling.
Yeah.
Rambling.
He's not here.
No, casual bias rambling. It's just a little ramble.
Wow, that sounds like you and Aidan are teaming up here. Where am I in this? Casual bias Jake.
Casual bias rambling for 24 hours about rugby. Anyway, everyone, thank you for watching. Please do remember to hit that like and subscribe button. We do appreciate you guys. And as the squad's getting announced on Thursday, we'll probably pop out a video on Friday morning then, chatting about the actual team that got announced and a bit more in-depth chatter about it all. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.